welcome to my channel. On this video, we're going to be doing a draw my life. Are you guys ready? I know I am. I am so excited about this video, so let's get into it. I'm just gonna go ahead and start from the beginning. My mom was working as a receptionist at her job when she saw my handsome father. At the time, my father was a delivery driver for FedEx, and when she saw him, she just instantly fell in love. So a couple years later, they decided to get married, and my mom got pregnant with a queen, which just so happened to be me. They were both very, very excited, and to save up on money, they decided to move back to my father's hometown, which is Flint, Michigan, and live with my grandmother. And there she is, looking so cute. Ignore my drawing, I suck, but that's okay. As you can see, my grandma is paralyzed from the waist down because she did have a stroke, which is going to be important later, so remember that. So 9 months later, I was born, and I was born on May 20th to my mother and my father in Munster, Indiana. Now, I did not live there. I was just born there. I don't know why. I just was. So in this, you can see that I'm very sad because at the time, my mother and my father decided that they no longer were in love, and they decided to get a divorce like many other parents do. I'm slowing this down because this is kind of like an important part of my life, and I didn't want to speed over it too much. So my mother and my father are pretty sad because my father was staying in Michigan, and my mother decided that me and her would be moving to a different state just because she didn't have any family in Michigan, so it really didn't make sense for her to stay. So my mom packed up a bag for me and her, and I was really sad to be leaving all of my friends and family members in Michigan. Me and my mom on the next day ended up on a plane, and we flew back to my mother's hometown. Now, my mother grew up originally in Chicago, Illinois, but we were going to live with my grandma, which is her mother. And at the time, my grandma had a nice little town home in a city called Flossmoor, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. My grandma had really missed us the whole time that we were in Michigan, so she was really happy for us to come back and just be with her. So it was really nice to have that relationship with my grandma since we were so far away before. The next chapter in my life was a very difficult one because about 10 years later, my father ended up having a stroke. Now, remember when I said my grandma had a stroke and she was paralyzed? Yeah, I was really sad because I thought the same thing was going to happen to my father, and I really did not want him to be paralyzed, or even worse, because strokes can be really, really scary, and I pray for anyone who has a family member who had to experience it. But he ended up surviving, which is really good, and I was really thanking God because I prayed so much for him every single day. Now, one day when I was about 17 years old, I met the love of my life in school. He came and he transferred to my class, and at 19, me and him decided that we were ready to take a next step and move into our own apartment together. And now we are both 21 years old and still together happily, and we have two amazing pets, which are our bunnies. And that is going to be end of my Draw My Life. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is only the beginning.